Hey, it's Deborah Poneman. And thank you to those of you who have commented on how you love the backgrounds that I've been choosing. But the truth is, they're actually all real. This is actually a real teapot. I've just been doing a lot of traveling this summer. So every week I have a different background. Anyway, I am the founder of Yes to Success Seminars, where we share knowledge and tools for you to live your ultimate life. And this week, I have a question for us to ponder, and that is, why is it that we see this growing energy of, ill will and hatred around us these days? I mean, what's the deal? And why are we so afraid of love? In the Course in Miracles, it says, what is not love is always fear and nothing else. So all acts of hate are simply acts of fear. The Course teaches that in any given moment, we have a choice to choose either love or fear. And the Course goes on to say, love is our natural state, and fear is manufactured by our minds. So why would our minds manufacture fear? Especially because that fear keeps us from loving. Actually, what's happening is that the ego is using fear as a way to protect us from the future possibility of hurt or pain or rejection or humiliation or not feeling good enough or disappointment. Actually, I'm going to repeat that. Our egos manufacture fear and otherness as a way to protect us from the future possibility of pain or hurt or humiliation or rejection or disappointment or whatever I said the first time. The Course says that the ego is certain that love is dangerous. My friend Robert Holden, in his book Loveability, Robert is a Hay House author who is also, he also wrote the book Shift Happens. He's written a bunch of books. He's amazing. If you've ever been to those big Hay House live events, he's always there. Anyway, he asks in his book Loveability, why is the ego so afraid of love? And he goes on to explain that we have to remember that the ego is not who we really are. The real you is not afraid of love because the real you is love and nothing but love. But when we believe the most basic fear that we are not lovable, and we believe that we are not lovable, then everything is frightening to us, including love. So how do we move out of this cage of feeling unlovable so that through love, we can enter that heart space that is the portal to everything we want to be and do and have and how we want to contribute to the world? Well, as they say, whoever they are, the only way out is, through. The great teacher Maharishi Mahesh Yogi says this, and I'm going to read his quote. He says, there is no difficulty that enough love will not conquer, no disease that enough love will not heal, no door that enough love will not open, no gulf that enough love will not bridge, no wall that enough love will not throw down, no sin that enough love will not redeem. It makes no difference how deeply seated may be the trouble, how great the mistake. Sufficient realization of love will resolve it all. If only you could love enough, you would be the happiest and most powerful being in the world. Isn't that beautiful? It's similar to what I see when people are waiting for everything to be perfectly in place before they start their life's work because they're afraid of failure. When the truth is that there is no such thing as failure, and what you think is failure that holds you back from taking a leap in your work or your career is, again, just a trick the ego plays to make you think it's important what anyone else thinks. Failure in whose eyes? The ego is what plants in your soul all these manufactured what ifs. What if I'm wrong and this business is a horrible idea? What if I lose my life savings? What if someone rips me off or does it better than I do? The ego is what makes us do a balancing act when we don't put ourselves out there too much, so we never become as great as we're meant to become. But greatness is not that you never fall down. Greatness is that you always get back up and start again. People do the same thing with love. The ego tries to micromanage the situation so that people think they need to have everything in place before they love. The ego wants assurances, but that's not love. Love has no agenda. Real love doesn't look for assurances because real love is not interested in outcomes. Love is not trying to get something. Giving love is its own reward. When the outcome doesn't matter, that's love. Love is diving into the great unknown. Love is in the present. It's in the present moment. It isn't cautious because of the past or guarded because of a future manufactured by our minds. Remember, these are truly the days of miracles and wonders, but the miracles are waiting on the other side of the risks. The Course in Miracles also says every time you withhold love, you are deflecting a miracle. Every time you withhold love, you're deflecting a miracle. When you love without any thought, but to give love for its own sake, whatever happens, damn the torpedoes, that's when you will not be deflecting your miracles. That's when you come into alignment with all the miracles that want to flow to you. And this isn't just romantic love. Many are afraid to give love to their friends or their neighbors or their coworkers or their enemies. One thing you can do when it feels difficult to give love is to give thanks in advance, have gratitude in advance, like, thank you, God of my understanding, for this love that is now flowing effortlessly from my heart. Get it? And that bright light of gratitude will illuminate and surround the situation. So you give thanks for the love effortlessly flowing from your heart. And when you want to heal something and return to love, but there's fear of saying, please forgive me, or I really want whatever it is that's between us to go away, don't forget, you can do one other thing. Remember, I've taught you this before. Locate where the fear is in your body. Where is that contraction? Is it in your stomach, your solar plexus, your heart, your throat? Breathe into that sensation. Every sensation is simply emotion, and emotion we have that has a corresponding physical sensation somewhere in our body. And when fear shows up, you locate it, you breathe into it. And often you'll find that the sensation will disappear along with the fear that's linked to it. In fact, this moment in time, right now, is the opportunity that we've been given to counteract the energy of fear on Earth. And if enough of us radiate love, we have a real chance and we have the power to triumph over the energy of fear that has engulfed our world. We're in the middle of a war, and the war is between the light and the dark. And you have the chance, actually, you have the sacred duty to be warriors for the light, warriors for love. That's why you were born at this time. And it's not the sacred duty of everyone who was born at this time, but you, if you're listening to this right now, know that it is your duty and you have volunteered. You know that. So I invite you to remember who you are, why you were born. Stop withholding love and deflecting the miracles that are waiting for you on the other side of fearlessly giving love. And have a great week. We're in this together.